Hi, Eric Gibaud, ericgibaud.com, and today I'm going to speak to you about the Fujifilm X100 Mark VI, but just one part of it. Why? There are many videos speaking about the feeling, the great it is, the fantastic it is, but not that many speaking of precise optical quality. Is it good? Is it not good? Is this sensor okay with this lens okay with this sensor, and all this? So we're going to speak about it because many people are like hesitating if getting this camera or getting another Fujifilm with an in-touch a lens you can change, or maybe a Leica Q. They need to know exactly the result optical quality wise. Okay, so let's speak about it. Let's start. I know many people are really fed up with so many videos about this camera, but many people speak about the camera they don't have. The first video I made, I remotely had it because a friend who was in Japan actually had it in his hand. Okay, but this one is mine. I paid for it. No one lent it to me or gave it to me. I paid for it. That's mine. Okay, so the idea is to check the image quality, the sharpness, all this. Normally I use a new target for testing lenses. I leave the video here. I presented it the other day, but today I used an older one. Why? Because I went to a friend's house, because he actually made some tests last year with the X100V, the Mark V. Okay, so I wanted to have the same target to make sure we could compare the result, to see if the combination of this sensor and this lens, and the new sensor has more megapixel than the older one, is still good, if we can compare results. Okay, so this is the idea. This is why I use my older target. Okay, but otherwise, so we're going to check it, corners, centers, different aperture, and give you more impression and some more just after. Okay, so let's carry on. So to be fair with the lens, I removed the optional filter. Okay, that is here. Okay, I took it out, so I had just pure lens, nothing else. Okay, and also it was on a tripod with a 10-second delay. I deactivated the IBIS, although it's configured as shooting. I don't know if it would affect, but I wanted to have the pure result of the lens. Okay, so this is the way it was set up to for shooting. Okay, so I'm using this target because it's a friend's target, because went to his house because he did some tests last year with the X100V, so the Mark V, so we could compare exactly. Okay, so here f2, let's check the center 100%. This is really impressive. F2. If we go to the border, very good quality. This target is a bit old. This is why it's a bit washed, but still we can see the line perfectly. So the contrast in the corner may be not perfect, but it's not a lens problem. Okay, I used this one to be able to compare. On it resolved easily 100 lines. That's perfect. And actually I've got my other target that can go up to 160 lines, and I was getting close to 150 something. So it's impressive. Okay, here at f2. Okay, as you can see, this is really impressive. No distortion, really amazing. Let's check 5.6, which is halfway. It's even more stunning. You see the sharpness is incredible in the center. Same thing in the border. Oh, sorry. And we're going to go to the top left corner. Okay. Same thing. I can see it resolves 100 lines. No problem. Okay. Same thing. Left corners, down, up, right. All this. Okay. Let's check f11. We start to see that is not as sharp. A bit of diffractions probably entering. They're really light, acceptable. Okay, most lenses don't get that quality anyway. Okay, if we go to the corner, maybe we see a bit more. Yes, we're still resolving around 44, which is 88 lines, which is incredible. Normally, from 100 lines on, it's considered, well, 100 lines is not normally considered an exceptional lens. Okay, so it's always here the maximum is 100, and it resolves on 100 at up to f8, no problem. So it's incredible, and this is the quality is amazing. If we go to f16, here this is where we notice we lose some sharpness, especially in the corners. distraction is entering, but still it's over 40 lines, so it's still a good lens. But yeah, if having the top quality from f2, incredible at 5.6 f4, I think I would not use it on f16, but still this is really impressive lens, incredible. So normally we check at 100%, but I'm going to push to 200 and 400 to give you an idea. Here on 200%, as you can see, it's incredible. At the corner we speak about f2, okay? Now let's check 5.6. No, 200% in the corner, incredible. Center, center. Let's see where the center is. Okay, here's the center. Okay, as you can see, 400%. As you can see, it's stunning. It's incredible. Okay, but as I said, normally you should check at 100%. Okay, incredible. So here's the X100V Mark V f2 to give you an idea. The quality was already stunning, as you can see, 100%. The contrast maybe is a bit different, but I don't think it's a problem of matter of camera, because it was different days. So here 5.6, different days, maybe different lighting. So I don't know if it's a bit more contrasty or not. I mean, nothing that can not be solved if you want more contrast. But as you can see, this is 100%. Let's put on 300% or 400%. This is really incredible, as you can see. Here, let's go to more percent, even more. Okay, let's check 30%. As you can see, this is incredible. This is really incredible. So we can say that many people are worried if this lens can cope with the 40.2 million pixels instead of 26. And here's the answer. Yes, no problem. This lens has no problem to resolve this 40 million pixel. Many people are wondering if what happens when we use the digital zoom that gives the equivalent of 50 millimeter and 70 millimeter full frame. So we're going to check how many pictures. The crop only happens in JPEG, so in RAW file you still get the full RAW, but I'm going to crop, so we can try here at f2 on the equivalent 50 millimeter, okay? And as you can see on 100 millimeter at f2, quality is still stunning, okay? Maybe a bit less sharpness here, okay? But still, it's amazing. At 5.6, let's crop again, okay? Let's go center. Amazing. Corners, still really good. Really good. Okay. And this is incredible. Okay. Now let's look at the equivalent of 70 millimeter. Same thing. We're going to crop to get what the JPEG would be if I would just use the JPEG. Okay. And right now is if you use RAW, or you'll have to crop. Okay. As you can see, 5.6, quality is stunning. Corners really, no, sorry, f2, 5.6, no, f2. Corners still acceptable. Let's do 200%, okay? Okay, but still, that's not bad at all. We speak about around 40 lines or something, okay? Which is 88 complete 10 centimeters, okay? So, yeah, that's not bad. I think it's really acceptable. Let's check this one at equivalent at 5.6. Let's look at the center. Center is still really good. Corners really acceptable. Take into account, let's say on 200%. Yeah, here around 40 lines, something like this. Take into account that 40, which is like 80, okay, in a normal, when you have to double, okay? So when you think about it, it's actually, it's like if you had a good lens, 35 to 70 millimeter f2 full frame, okay? Still, I think on 50 millimeter and 70 is completely usable. 70 maybe, depends what you look for, but I think for a portrait you want to go on 70, nothing to think about. You can go for it, okay? If you look at the amount of pixels, native is 40.2 million pixel. When you crop the equivalent of 50 millimeter, you have 20 million pixels. And when you crop to the equivalent of 70 millimeters, you have 10 million pixels. Many people will say 10 million pixels is not that many, but when you think about it, cover magazine like Vogue uses 6 million pixels. Okay, so yeah, no problem. I think it's a great lens. It's completely amazing. Something important, what you saw, I used Iridiant. This is a RAW converter. Why did I use this one? Because it doesn't use any special profile or refocusing or things like this. So it's really as the RAW exists. Okay, so I like this way so you could see the reality. And second, I shoot in RAW plus JPEG. So what you saw were the RAW files, but I wanted to check the JPEG to see what Fuji is doing. And in this case, it's a bit more contrasty and maybe a bit even sharper, which is normal because it's a final product, okay? But yeah, just for you to know. So as you can see, optical quality is really stunning. I would say there is no difference between the Mark V and Mark VI. If we look at 35 millimeter equivalent, 23, okay? But when you start cropping with digital zoom, yes, you will be happy to have the 40 million pixel because you keep higher quality, okay? So that's a big advantage. But I think that even better than this 40 million pixel is the IBIS. The IBIS is stunning. I've been using on street. I will show in more videos what I've done, okay? But this is really a massive plus, okay? If you look at the optical quality, you saw the sharpness. Now let's speak about chromatic aberration. I didn't see any. Vignetting, on my target I had some, but it was a lighting problem in my house, okay? But actually, we can see on my friend target, no problem at all, no vignetting. And if we look at diffraction, we see it starts to be noticeable at f11 and really noticeable at f16. Okay, so I would say this lens at 5.6 f8 is stunning. From f2 is really good, but at 5.6 f8 is really incredible. So this lens is really, this combination lens and sensor is incredible. If we speak about flare, I was no flare, okay? So yeah, really incredible. Yeah, fantastic. So we saw the lens with itself, okay, compared to itself and to its predecessor, okay? But let's speak about the rest on the market, okay? I've got more 23 millimeter, but not that high level, so it's a waste of time to compare. But we could speak about other option within Fujifilm, as some people will say, yeah, but maybe it's better to have a different camera by Fujifilm and have a lens I can change. That's an option. But honestly, the 23mm f2 by Fujifilm is a great lens, but it's not as good as this one. I don't have it here. I hope to get it soon again and be able to compare side to side to show you, okay? But it's a good lens, but it's not as good, I think. It doesn't mean you will see the difference on your photos. It depends the type of picture you make, okay? Maybe the 23mm 1.4 has a bit more on something, but depends on what end, because it's not the same thing 1.4 than f2. Sometimes a lens that starts at 1.4 is not as sharp at that end anyway, and at f2 becomes exactly the same. So it needs to be compared side to side, okay? And if we speak about Leica Q2 and Q3, I reviewed the Leica Q2 monochrome. I love the camera, great build, all that. But let's speak about optical quality, not even colors. On a monochrome, obviously not. But if we speak about the Q3, not even colors, not even the way you feel in your hand, pure optical quality. Well, I guarantee the Q3 has not the quality of this lens. I've tested it. I did not publish because I didn't test at the same place and same time as the X100V when I had it at both, okay? So I never published. And actually, people would say, yeah, but 60 million pixel against 26 million pixel, it's harder, it's whatever they would say, okay? This diffraction or whatever, okay? I think 60 to 40 million pixel comparison would be more fair, okay? But honestly, if you look at the Q3, it has distortion like Chandler actually showed, can't remember, is Lloyd Chandler, actually Chamber actually showed there is this distortion, sharpness in the corner is not there, Many Leica Q users don't notice it because of the type of picture they make. Okay, they don't need everything in sharp in focus, so they don't notice that the borders are not as good. Okay, but okay. And honestly, this lens, if we check also what Ken Rockwell actually said, I completely agree with him. The lens is as good as the Leica 35mm Apo Summicron for M lenses, M mount, which is considered as among the best Leica lens. So I think this combination lens and sensor is simply stunning, is incredible. Really the best lens you could get, one of the best lens and sensor combination you can get at present time. Okay. I know. Where is photography in all this? Because the emotion, the story, all this. We speak about technical side of it, and for many of us, this is not the key to the question. The important is what you feel, how you feel the camera, the kind of picture you make, all this. But I think in a camera where you cannot change the lens, it's even more important to know exactly its optical quality. Why? For the good and for the bad. Let's say you want to have some kind of picture that are really soft, really soft portrait or soft landscape, all this. If it's too sharp, maybe it's not the camera for you, or maybe you should get some diffusion filter, mist filters, but you need to know that. Or the other way around, you really need something that is really extremely sharp, and obviously if it's not, it's really complicated to solve it, as you cannot change the lens. So I think this is important to have all this information so you can actually decide what's for you, what's not for you. Okay. And second, depending on the type of picture you make, very often you will not even notice the difference between a lens and another. Why? Because as I spoke about Leica Q user before, if they make picture with really open aperture, the subject in the center, they will never notice that the border are not sharp. Why not? Well, simply because they are in the part that is out of focus. So is it a problem for them? No, it's not a problem for them. Why should it be a problem? Why? Basically because they don't need that part to be sharp, so it's no problem. But if you want to do some landscape and there is some distortion, then that's a big problem, and you need to know that. So if you want to do some architecture and you need sharpness from border to border, depending on the camera you have or the lens you have, that may be a problem. So this is why it's important to understand. You have all this information, and then you decide if it matches your type of picture, your style of picture, or this. And when it's a fixed lens, it's even more important because you don't have the option to try something else on your camera body. Okay, so this is why I made this video. I think it was an urgent video because many people actually need this information to decide if they get this camera on another one, or a camera you can change lenses, or another kind of like a Leica Q, whatever. So I think it's important to bring this information to the table, this optical information, because I think not many people are speaking about it, and many people, yes, want to hear about it to decide if the tool is for them or not. Okay. So for me, this camera has a stunning result, amazing result, completely recommendable, because you can always put something to soften sharpness, but the other way around is really hard, okay, really difficult. So I'm really happy that the optical quality is incredible. So thank you so much for watching the video. If you feel it may interest other people, please share it on social networks. If you have not done it yet, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. The small button down here and also a small bell. If you click on the bell, get notified when I upload a new video. My website, Gibaud.com. If you have any question, can leave a comment below. Also leave you links of my gear on Amazon, links of everything I reviewed by K&F Concept, Sandmarc, and Flashes by Westcott, more affiliated links, and I also leave you a link to my PayPal account in case you wanted to make a donation. Thank you very much. Please take care of yourself and see you soon. Bye.